So I grew up in North Wales. It was a very white area. I was pretty much the only Asian person in my school for most of my school life until I got into about sixth form. Then a few more kids were coming through. And I didn't really pay much attention to my heritage. And it wasn't until 2017 when I took part in a BBC One documentary called My Family, Partition and Me, when I got taken back to Bangladesh, but what was then East Bengal, to my dad's village where his family was before the partition of India. And so I was the first member of my family to go back there. And they had to flee in terror from the violence that erupted around the partition of India. And I followed their footsteps and their journey. And it was a really, really incredible experience and very humbling and mind-blowing. I think I just realized how little I knew of that history. So I knew my dad's story, of course, but I didn't understand the wider context. And I think it was from there that, and also the British public reacting to the story, saying, why don't we know about this stuff? This is our history. That I started off with a campaign around education, but also commemoration, making sure that I wanted to make sure that our future generations, once the generation that went through partition is no longer with us, that those stories are not lost and their sacrifices were not forgotten. And then I teamed up with Jasveer Singh, who is an activist, and he's a barrister in London and had done a lot of work around community cohesion. We, over a cup of tea, we just came up with the concept of South Asian Heritage Month. So our strapline now is celebrate, commemorate, educate. I believe that the month is equally important for people of South Asian heritage, but also people not of South Asian heritage, because it is a shared history, whether you are white British or you are from the South Asian continent. In terms of heritage, those stories are absolutely entwined. We want this to become a part of the British calendar every year, in the same way Black History Month is celebrated. We want this to become something that all institutions, and particularly educational institutions, think about.